Hello and welcome back to a brand new Player 2 Plays. My name is Paul James and today we're playing the Medieval 2019 Remake demo. And look, it's only a very short demo, about 10 to 15 minutes long. We're going to dive into all the contents around that and we'll see how it all goes. So, this is Daniel Fortescue, for those of you unfamiliar, Sir Daniel Fortescue. And we're just kind of exploring the contents of basically what is the first level of the game. There's a little tutorial thing here that we're looking at, and then that's about it. So, first thing I should note, if you plan on picking up the full release and you haven't tried the demo yet, start the demo, come into this room, so where his crypt is, right here, where I am standing, is exactly where Sir Dan's helmet is, and you unlock it in that demo, you get it for the full release. You don't unlock it in the demo, you don't get it in the full release. The demo is limited time only, so I'd be doing it very, very soon. There's his helmet. It's only a cosmetic thing, whatever, but if that's something you want, if you want to get everything, that's the way to do it. So, we'll wander in here, some tutorial bits and pieces. We'll open a chest. Yep. We'll get throwing knives, or throwing daggers. Star rune. We'll jump across here. We'll open the chest. Copper shield. We'll get the small sword. We're skipping all the tutorial stuff and just kind of getting into the meat and veg of the game. So, the thing to note about the game is that unlike recent remake/remasters, the Spyro Reignited trilogy, Crash Insane collection, and of course Crash Team Racing, in those games you got all three of those PS1 titles. In the case of Sir Dan here, we're only getting his first title for some reason. I'm not 100% clear on what that reason is, but that's all we've got to work with. So, we'll continue diving into it a little bit further here. Don't mind me kind of glancing off screen every now and then. It's a case of the fact that we've had some audio sync issues recently, and I'm just checking to make sure that they still work. I think I might have overcome them, but I'm not too sure just yet. So, this is our only level that we can actually explore at this point. Look, when it comes to the comment there about the number of titles in there, because there were multiple Medieval games on the PS1, I don't think it's particularly great that we're not getting those other titles. The value for money question will come up from some, and whilst the pricing it's less accordingly, I can't help but feel. Oh, jeez, I didn't see him. Oh, why have I got the throwing knives out? That explains it. Look, it is cheaper than what you'd expect from the Insane trilogy or from Spyro, but I can't help but wonder if it would have been better decision to make to just release the second game as well, or remake the second game as well. Now, they may be working on it. The game did go gold a little while ago, August specifically. And here we are in October, the game hasn't actually released yet. So it could also be one of those cases where it went gold early, great, but then from there, they've already begun development on the next remake. I'm speculating, it's purely speculation. But it could very well be the case. It's coming out on a very tricky release date, October 25th, alongside Call of Duty and The Outer Worlds, two games that there's a lot of people really excited for, especially Call of Duty, because it's just a staple of gaming these days. I'll be curious to see how it works out in that commercial space as well. But the game itself, it's solid. The thing to keep in mind, like with Spyro, like with Crash, is that these are products of their time. So, as such, don't go expecting the world mechanically. One of the things that you'll very quickly find, as you just saw a moment ago, I struck that guy, and yet he didn't, he just continued plowing on through. I still took a hit regardless, and that's not great. If you are someone who's kind of acclimatized, I guess, in a lot of ways to the many systems that underpin a lot of the games we play these days, because you're used to, you get that hit and then you might stagger them a little bit or whatever the case may happen to be. And it makes combat, a little more predictable in some ways. In this case, you're still going to cop a beating even though you're dealing damage. It's that old school slash and hack sort of model. Like, you'll probably find yourself revisiting, as I'm about to, revisiting those health fonts fairly often. And I feel like it's my only criticism. I've messed around with this demo a couple times now. Like I said, I've had a few tech issues, so I've recorded this a couple times at this point. It's my only actual criticism of the game. This is a remake, not a remaster, not a port. So as such, I feel like more could have been done to remake the game, bringing it to a modern standard. You could still retain the same level design and all those sorts of things if that's what you wish, but things like the camera and specifically the combat, they could have been tweaked and upgraded, improved. It makes it maybe a more viable prospect to for the franchise going forward, if that's the case. Let's keep turning this around because there's some little secrets. We've got the chalice here that we can't access yet until we've killed enough goons. Had the best of him, he still took a fair chunk of my health away. Great. Alright, we won't jump off the ledge there because we're going to return to that area via a different path in a moment. So we'll keep twisting her around because we need these gates open for shortly. We'll head around the top here. Can't pass through that door right now. You need a special key for that one that we can't access right now. Oh, good, we can now access that chalice. We'll quickly kill off these two. Or attempt to. Skirt around the side here because we've got some treasure sitting down the bottom. Currency is important. It'll be more important the further you get. The further you get through the game. Get the chalice, so the Hall of Heroes awaits. Not that we can do anything with that right now. Now the angel here is what actually determines these gates. So if I was to twist it all around, I could return all the way back through and get the go back to that health font if I needed to. I'll back myself in that I'm not going to stuff up so monumentally that I die. We'll see what happens though. So this is the opposite end of... So just above there, the top portion of the screen, that's where I was before, and I opted not to drop down. I'm going to quickly fix some settings because I don't want the inverted look. Why we set that as a default is beyond me, but that's what it is. We'll dive here. Here's the shop. I'm going to charge up this sword because I know what's about to appear. There we go. Now we've lost a bit of health off the back of all that, so I'm going to have to... There's a health font coming up, but I'm going to have to be a little more methodical. Oh, not a great start though. Jeez. Oh, right. Life bottle. Cool. Help me out. Ideally, I don't want to be using those life bottles if I can avoid it. Now, the thing to note is I do have a shield. I can use a shield, but the problem with the shield is that you can't use it and attack at the same time, and that's where my big issue with the combat actually begins, because... Oh, jeez. If I throw up the shield now, I won't get hit. I won't get hurt. He won't hurt me. That's fine. Well, to an extent. You can see the shield starting to grade there. But the problem is that I can hold up the shield, I can defend myself, I can lessen the damage or lessen the impact from their strikes. But I'm gonna quickly get. I can't attack properly at the same time. So I can't swing the sword. I hold my shield, and as soon as I go to swing, he pulls the shield down, and it means that I'm not actually going to impact like I could or should or would like to. New copper shield, and that's where my big grievance when it comes to this game, this demo is. Now this is the end of the level. This actually wraps up this player 2 plays, so we'll get through. Thanks for playing. You can pre-order now. You can exit. That is Medieval, the demo of the remake that comes out October 25th. Go and get it if you're keen on it. It's jarring in that those modern sensibilities that we've gotten so used to really contradict what we're expected to do here. And I get it. The game's a product of its time. We'll skip through those cutscenes and just get back to the main menu again. It's one of those things that you're going to have to get used to. And now over the course of a few attempts of the demo, I have gotten used to it. But it is painful at times. I'm going to go out and pick it up when the game comes out, unless I don't get sent a code by PlayStation. I'm not going to bank on anything there. Because why should I? It's like we'll play the game when it comes out. I'm excited to give it a go. It's a product of its time. It's nice to get a little flashback. I want to support the developers because they're making cool stuff. Let's hope that I get sent a review. I'd love to be able to play this before it comes out and then continue to move on from there. And then look forward to the fact that hopefully the sequel gets remade as well. But that all remains to be seen. If you've enjoyed this Player 2 Plays, please be sure to like, share and subscribe to the channel. All the buttons down below here. Hit that notification bell, that way you're alerted to every new video the moment it goes live on the channel. That includes Patched, the Insider Player 2 Plays, Late Game Review, Gamer School, and a whole lot more. There's some great stuff there. Please be sure to go and check it out. Visit the website player2.net.au where you'll find reviews, previews, opinion pieces, news, features, the Player 2 Writer's Draft, links to our podcast series Patched, which is also in audio form, the Player 2 Pixelcast, and my little baby Dev Diary, which has had some awesome guests on it lately. Please go out there, download it on your podcast feed of service, check it out, give it a 5-star review, help boost the show up the charts. Really would love your support. We're on Patreon, patreon.com/player2au, kicking a few bucks. At the lower tiers, you'll get early access to episodes. At the higher tiers, you'll get monthly episode exclusives. Finally, there's Twitter. You can find me at Paul James Games. The website you'll find at player2au. And until next time, that has been the Medieval 2019 demo. Thank you very much for watching. Cheers.